Have you ever pondered what makes the Sermon on the Mount so profoundly significant in our lives? This sermon, nestled within the pages of Matthew's Gospel, is far more than an ancient speech. It's an enduring testament to the timeless wisdom of Jesus Christ, a beacon that continues to guide us even in the modern world. The Sermon on the Mount is a mirror reflecting the core of Christ's teachings, divided into three main sections. First, we have the Beatitudes, a series of blessings that reveal the true essence of happiness. Next, there are the ethical instructions, which serve as a moral compass, guiding us towards righteousness. And finally, we find the warnings, admonishing us to steer clear of spiritual pitfalls and urging us towards true discipleship. This isn't just a sermon, it's a masterclass in living a life of purpose, a life filled with love, compassion, and integrity. This sermon, delivered on a mountaintop, is a roadmap for living a fulfilled life. Let's dissect it. The Beatitudes, a series of blessings, kick off the Sermon on the Mount. These blessings aren't for the mighty and the powerful, but for the meek, the merciful, the peacemakers, those thirsting for righteousness. They encourage us to value virtues that society may overlook or undervalue. It's a surprising twist, isn't it? That the blessed aren't always the ones on top, but often those on the margins, those living out these virtues in their daily lives. Indeed, the Beatitudes invite us to see the world and its values from a new perspective. Next, we come across the ethical instructions, which provide a blueprint for righteous living. These instructions are more than mere rules. They are radical teachings that call for a higher standard of personal morality. They address issues we wrestle with daily, like anger, lust, and divorce, urging us to confront and control these emotions. They caution us about taking oaths lightly, reminding us of the weight our words carry. They advocate against retaliation, urging us to turn the other cheek, to go the extra mile. Perhaps most challenging of all, they call for love towards our enemies, a love that transcends differences and grudges. These instructions don't just challenge us, they invite us to transform our hearts and our actions. Finally, the sermon concludes with warnings, guiding us on the path to true discipleship. It cautions against false prophets who may appear in sheep's clothing but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The sermon also warns against false disciples, those who profess faith but do not live it out in their actions. This highlights the call to authenticity in our faith, a sobering reminder that discipleship is not merely a claim, but a way of life. Moreover, it presents the parable of the wise and foolish builders, illustrating the importance of building our lives on a solid foundation. When we base our lives on the teachings of Christ, we are like the wise builder whose house withstood the storm. As we reflect on the Sermon on the Mount, may we strive to live out these teachings, embracing a life of humility, love, and true discipleship. If you like our stories, subscribe to see new arrivals at Bible Story Box.